EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's right. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember, earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 3rd down, it's right, and he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. After the interception, here's Jackson. He completes it to Hunter. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run the counter. Right. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 3rd down, Burrow. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Here's Corey Bojorquez now to punt this one away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Throwing is Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This, the 2nd meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the Ravens getting the road victory in that one, so now they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Baltimore.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Throw left side complete. That's Hunter. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now a carry for Dobbins. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Second down at 5. Here's Jackson to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now it's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Beautiful throw right there on third down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this offense is knocking on the door now with a 1st and goal at the 1.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Second and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative. But you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Burrow on play action. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
now Jackson. Finding some room at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
They go play action with Jackson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On second down now, it's Wright. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Now a give, right side, right. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a second down. Jackson will throw again. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll run with Dobbins, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard with the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on fourth and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly, and this one could be coming back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football. Because
fighting through, and he's got space. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A give, Dobbins trying the right side. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Check. Lucky. No, we changed it.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll go down at the 28.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Dobbins running out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Joseph. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, it's right. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the first down.
And they go play action now. Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Brooks. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 12, 12, 12.
Burrow will throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Justin now BK. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. It's Burrow. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite lick it in. And now
It's fourth down. McPherson's kick is good.
And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's got a man. It's his fullback. Now Gillisley loses it. It's out. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. Wright's got it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Here we go. Right, 80. 11 MT. 11 MT.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
11, 11, 11. Under 10, under 10, 10.
Now Burrow.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They go play action now. Jackson.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long when they throw the football. They're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
Incomplete. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
11.
They'll run on 1st down. Elam, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now Burrow loses the football.
But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Big 13.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
12.
They'll keep it on the ground. Right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute, because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. Elam, and he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate, because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well This is fun.
So for Baltimore,
they get the critical victory to move them to 9-7 now.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.